everyone. Welcome to Write Your Way, a podcast for all things reading and writing. I'm MK.
And I'm Kai, and today we are so excited to be joined by our guest. You can either call her Allyn or Allyn. She does not care either way. She's also known as Allyn Fireheart on Bookstagram. I think I met her before you did, Molly, or was it the other way around?
I think you met her first.
Okay. I think I did. I don't know how. I don't remember how.
So.
I just remember I transplanted myself into your life.
You did, and Molly did too as well, if we're being completely honest. I think, I was thinking about this the other day, I was like, who did I meet first? I think I annotated Promised Shadows for Molly definitely before I annotated Justice and Magic.
I think so too. I have my copy next to me too. Both my books you've annotated.
Yeah, what did she write the date on yours, Molly? Because mine is
I don't know.
Probably
September
not. I do not.
2023.
I'm not congruent. I'm not consistent with what I do.
I don't think so. Nope, she didn't.
Did with mine.
What was the date?
September 26th, 2023. So I've known you for almost a year.
She annotated mine before that for sure.
It was for sure before that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I knew Kylie before. Don't know.
I feel like Kylie and I realized that we both knew you, like, at around the same time, but, like, I don't know who you knew before, like, because we just happened to realize, like, oh, we both know her.
You were
I'm pretty
gossiping
sure I
about me.
slid
No,
into your
we were talking crap about you, actually.
As you should.
Sorry.
You
I'm
slid into
pretty
my
sure.
DMs.
I'm pretty sure I did. And I was like,
Pretty
hey, I really like your username. And then it just went from there.
And then you mispronounced my name for the rest of your life. So that's awesome.
Yeah, for those listening, we've been pronouncing her name entirely incorrect this entire time, and it's been over a year.
And it's okay because Nicole Fiorina did the exact same thing to me at a Polycon. I was wearing a poetic hoodie, and she comes up and she goes, "It's Allyn," and I was like, "Yeah, it is. That's right."
So close.
And then she got on to me. She's like, "Why didn't you tell me it's not Allyn?" And I was like, because who wouldn't want to be Allyn? But it is
fair.
Allyn. I was named after my grandfather, so
Aw,
that's the-
so sweet.
that's the play on
That's
the
what
words.
I thought it was. And I was like, because we were actually talking about it at Tessa's birthday party.
We
I
were.
was like, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I've been saying her name wrong the entire time. And Shelby was like, seriously? And I was like, yeah.
How often do y'all talk about me? Good gracious.
A lot.
It's okay.
At least once a day.
Okay, well, that's weird, but okay.
I told Shelby the other day we were talking about you because
Fraser.
yes. Because she wants stuff like quote pulls done, and I was like, dog, just have Allyn do your annotations and you'll be fine.
Yep.
You'll be
Yeah.
perfect.
Literally.
I recommend you to people all the time.
It's my entire
it.
marketing plan. This is my marketing plan. These 2 books, annotated by you.
Yes.
I
That is all.
have all of mine.
All the chaos in there. Oh my gosh.
I have all of mine.
Because
Love it.
I was like, yeah, I thought your Halloween book was in there, and I was like, I didn't do that. Anyways, I forgot you have more than 3 books out.
For now. Eventually I'll put another one out.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, Kai wants me to do my first read through. She wants my like raw reactions. Not everybody wants that, which is interesting.
yeah.
But Kai's like, I want to see your reactions to everything. And so basically what I do is when I'm reading it, if I think it, I just write it down. And so
Literally.
if you go flip through any of her books, that's exactly what's going on.
I
So
love it.
I think my favorite one is it gives Ruin Dannon with a haircut. Like,
Oh my God.
that is the
it's
one
like
I have
if
off
I
the top
see
of my
it,
head.
if I like think a word or I see a picture in my head, I'm just like immediately write it down. My friend Caitlin Smith, she's bouncing books and coffee on.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah,
She
Caitlin.
lived near me.
yeah, she was at a Polygon too. She does the Fable Grounds coffee. Um,
Okay, yes.
she wanted me to annotate her book for her,
Mhm.
A Lust for Blood. And there's this scene in there where like somebody slices open some animal, and I'm like,
Yes.
so I messaged her and I was like, "Have you seen Star Wars?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm a huge Star Wars nerd." I said, "Okay, good, because what I'm about to write in your book is very niche." So I'm about to write, this is like Hoth when Han Solo slices.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's just
Oh my
random,
gosh.
So if you want unhinged thoughts in your books, basically.
basically. But I also like, I feel like hopefully I do a good job of picking out like the really quotable moments and things like that.
Oh
Like
yeah.
pretty much anytime somebody says "good girl," getting underlined.
That's
Like,
it.
um, and so like
That's
yeah,
awful then.
I try to kind of like find things to that would be nice to be marketable. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's not just my unhinged thoughts. Like there are some nice, like, oh, let me make this annotation really pretty, and then it
Oh
ends up
yeah.
a mess because I don't know how to draw. So
I will
I
let you
love
know
your
that I
little drawings.
literally, the eyes that you do, the
Yes.
side eyes,
Yes.
I started doing those.
yes,
Yes.
I did it one
I
day and I've
love
never gone back. Like
It's the best, honestly.
it is. I
I'll be
love it so
disappointed
much.
if it don't have that
Yeah,
when I
don't
get
worry.
annotations.
Because I'm doing that constantly in my real life, and I'm telling you, like if I do it, it's getting written down on the page. The number of
yeah.
times I did that, so I had the extreme honor of annotating "Dishonestly Yours" for Krista and Becca Ritchie, and I know
That's so cool.
that side
That's
eye is
awesome.
all up in there. I'm just like, what are you doing?
I have not read it yet. It is literally sitting behind me on my TBR cart, and I haven't read it yet. A disappointment.
Let me log
Like
off.
I could see it just sitting there, just mocking me.
They I love that book. I've annotated it way too many times at this point, but it really is so good, and I feel like it's a really good place to start if you haven't read the Addicted series and you don't want to jump in to a 10-book series plus a 13-book follow-up series. You just are kind of like it's in the same world, and it's really fun, and it's only a trilogy, so
I've read the first book in the Addicted series. I
So
have
have
not
I.
read. I've not read the rest of them. I'm slowly collecting them.
It's a commitment.
it
Yeah.
is a commitment. I do think that once you get to the third book, you're kind of like, oh, this is going to change my life. And
That's
so,
fair.
like, the second book is really short. I think it's less than
Yeah.
300 pages. And
wow.
then the third book is kind of like where you start to see a lot of healing and a lot of, like, found family. Like, you really start seeing all the things that they're trying to accomplish begin to come to fruition and, like, kind of, like, start on the path, like, where they're headed. And so I remember reading that book after being, like, semi-interested in the first two books and being like, oh, so I'm never going to be the same. Like, it's just game over for every other book that I read for the rest of my life.
This is it.
This is it.
Isn't your favorite one? Is your favorite one Some Kind of Perfect or Hot House
Yeah.
Flower?
Thank you so much, first of all, for paying so close attention to my favorites, because those are.
She's your biggest fan.
Are you? Do you talk about me every day? So, Some Kind of Perfect is my favorite because it's the 10-year epilogue novel. So it covers 10 years of their lives after the events of Long Way Down. I'd say that Long Way Down is my second favorite, but it is a Daisy and Reich book. And so Hot House Flower is the other Daisy and Reich book. I'm a big Daisy girl. Daisy's like my soul character. And so she's like who my inner child is, because I'm very like blunt and hardcore on the outside, but on the inside I'm a little soft girl and a little sunshine girl. And so that's who Daisy is, and I think that's why I love Hot House Flower so much, is because that's kind of her book. But Yeah, Some Kind of Perfect is my favorite. I actually have it sitting here because it's in my emotional support. No, I'm annotating it for somebody, and so I have it with me. And this is literally my most annotated book. I know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
That's a
insane.
lot.
Yeah.
Didn't Thomas annotate Hothouse Flower for you?
Yes, he did. And
Oh,
I
that's
know.
so cute.
I've decided that that's just, I'm a big gift giver. Like, I love giving gifts. And I love receiving gifts, but, like, it's really hard to surprise me. So I've just started asking for what I want. And I'm just like, just do this. So I asked him to annotate Hothouse Flower. And he did. And it was very sweet to, like, sit there and watch him do it. And he really enjoyed it, too. So he kind of was like, I'm really just interested in the boys. And I'm like, that tracks.
I was gonna
He's
say
like,
that.
I really love these bros. Like, I want them to be my bros. I'm like, yeah.
I love him.
Love it.
He was just like skipping through the smut scenes. He's like, it just feels weird to me. And you know how you see those videos of these guys reacting like, oh. Thomas was like, no,
Yeah.
skip. And I was like, you're a real one, honestly. You're a real one for that.
My husband could never. Like, I could never give him a book and be like, hey, annotate this for me. Like, write down your thoughts. He would be like, and he'd never finish it, too. He's gonna call me out for this when he watches this, but that man has not finished a book in, like, let me count. Like 10 years.
Yeah. That's how Thomas was, too. He discovered audiobooks, and I think it really, like, changed the game for him, because he has, like, pretty severe ADHD, and so he can't sit down and read a book. And so when he's annotating books for me, he gets the audiobook and listens while he's annotating. And I think that's the only reason he finished, because he was listening to it.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's kind of how my husband is, too. I think he has started to do audiobooks. He's listening to the Harry Potter series right now, so he's he's vibing. He's living his best life.
Thomas is listening to the Terminal List series. The Terminal List is that show on Amazon Prime with Chris Pratt.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And the guy, Jack Carr, has written like 7 books or so Thomas has been listening to him, and every time he finishes the book, he's like, I finished the book. And I'm like,
I got my husband, like, set up on Goodreads and everything. That man, no, he's terrible. He is terrible.
yeah. I have Goodreads plus Storygraph plus a whole spreadsheet plus I update my stories all the time. Like, I'm so intense on tracking things like an insane person. So
I mean, I have the Storygraph and the Goodreads, but
yeah.
The spreadsheet is a lot. To be fair, don't throw stones, first of all. Second of all, I'm a data analyst, and so my job is spreadsheets, and I love a spreadsheet. But really, it's me and my friend Mads and my friend Courtney. All 3 of us have access to the spreadsheet, and we keep track of all of our reads, and we kind of like rate them, or like have a category of color cells and things.
That's awesome.
That's how we, like, basically purple is God tier. So, like, this is my God tier.
Yes.
Green is, you should read it. I'd recommend it. Yellow is, I'm not really sure. Like, it's kind of an in-between read for me. And red is, like, I either DNF'd it or I do not recommend this book.
damn.
It's really intense.
I mean,
Intense.
it sounds super duper intense, but, like, also sounds like something I would want to do, but I can't do that.
Starting it's the
have
hardest
mixed
part,
feelings.
honestly. Like, it'd be nice to just be able to jump in. We could make one, the 3 of us.
Heck yeah.
Listen, I'm so bad at buddy reading lately. Like, Molly has smoked me.
Hey, have you
Twice
finished
now.
any series lately?
Shut Don't tell the masses.
You're like on book 3 of Bonds at Tie, and I finished it before you even got done with book 3.
Oh.
Who did I tell that to? Who did I tell that I have a chronic,
Me!
like,
I think it was
it
us.
was you, wasn't it?
It was in the group chat, and then I roasted you.
Talking about it.
We were talking about coming for blood.
Yeah.
In the group chat.
Listen, guys. It's on my TBR. I got bullied into it. So guess what's on my August TBR?
We're just
the 4th
joking.
book.
We're just joking. Just
No. No.
No, you're not.
I am buddy reading with Jocelyn right now the 2nd book in the Ruthless Boys series so we can start doing the what's it called? The Zodiac Academy series. So we're doing like Ruthless Boys, then Zodiac Academy, then the Darkmoor Penitentiary or whatever. And then they're coming out with a new series based in Solaria too.
Yeah. Never keep.
So I'm like, I'm never going to be able to keep up.
Hey. Oh. You want to come up? She's like, I'm not supposed to put my paws up there. Hey, come here. Come up.
I love that people who are listening to this are just gonna hear you being like, come on, come here, and have no clue what we are looking at. But we are looking at the
baby.
Dog. My girl.
Oh.
Now they know.
This little baby.
Now I don't look like an idiot.
Literally just the whole podcast is Love it. Love it. It's pure chaos. We've already derailed.
Should we rename?
We have not even made it.
First of all, we have talked about the annotation. We have talked about one of our points.
You're right.
Because I wove it in. I was like, this is one of our points. Let's put it.
She's like, actually, I'm just going to run this podcast for you.
Yeah, actually,
you're wrong. This is my podcast now.
Dude, literally. We were on a call the other day with Jocelyn to do content, and
oh my gosh,
it was supposed to take probably like 20 minutes. I'm pretty sure we were on the call for like 2 hours. I feel like it was so long.
It's just like that sometimes. Sometimes you just need to chit chat before, like we did for 30 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
We were vibing.
If you ever agree to a call with Kai and I, that's what's expected. You're just expected to
stuck.
Chat.
I'm just going to be a part of this as well, so if you ever agree to a call with Allyn and Kylie and Molly, like, just get ready.
Yeah.
Make sure to block out like 3 hours out of your calendar.
Right, and also block out everything that I say. Just don't listen to it.
It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so carry on with your intro, Molly, since we have derailed too much.
I don't even know what I was going to say anymore at this point.
It doesn't matter.
I was just going to ask if there was anything we missed, but I don't think we did.
See? I knew what we were doing, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, I feel like you gave a great intro to yourself and everything.
Yeah, I did say that I was data analyst, which is more than most people know.
We missed about talking about your short story, though, that was coming in.
Oh, we did, yeah. Yeah, you're writing a short story for us.
Okay. Actually,
tell us about it.
Okay, I'll try. So I almost said apparently, like as if I don't know. Apparently, it's about. So it is the first short story of a few. And I keep saying 5, but I know how that goes. I mean, I haven't. After looking at Kai's thing, what was that? What the hell was that? What was that thing you sent me the other day that I was like, why is this the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life?
Oh, my Save the Cat.
Oh my gosh. I was literally like, huh? Like, I'm over here like, what would sound good? Okay, let's do this. I make decisions in the moment. I don't plan anything out. I'm over there like, what's the main character's name? We'll just type something for now. And yeah.
I mean, Kai just changed her main character's name in that Save the Cat that you read, so
you should hear what I told Kai about her Save the Cat.
Oh no.
I felt like I roasted her, but I didn't really mean it. It wasn't a roast.
I sent Molly the screenshots. What do you mean?
Yeah, she did. I agreed.
With me?
Yeah.
Right, wouldn't that be so cool?
Everything.
It would be so cool.
Yeah.
I told Molly everything.
I just like, I love when people write like what they're passionate about and what they know. I promise I'll circle back. But I love when people are like, yeah, let's write this awesome story about this female main character who saves the world. Love it. Do it. But I also want those authors to do something completely different and expand their horizons and do something that just like nobody's expecting. And that's what I wanted for Kylie. I was like, I just really want you to like challenge yourself. I'm over here like, I'm literally.
She's like, step outside your comfort zone, please.
Yeah, step outside your comfort zone because like this is like do something that nobody's seen before because that's what people are gonna like. oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. That's not like everything I've read before. And not that there's anything wrong with what you've read before, but like, I was like, and also what you wrote about those characters that I was super interested in, I was like,
There's right here.
let's do that.
I still have to plot out like the plot points specifically, so you're going to be getting another like shared document.
Basically,
to make sure it makes sense.
what's happening? What? Look like alfalfa.
Trey Curl.
If you want blunt honesty, just send it your stuff. So, anyways, my novella. My novella is number one of a few. Not really sure. I haven't actually released the. You know what? I should say it on here so that people come watch it to hear what the title of my book is. Okay. Okay. So let me say what it's about first. I have not talked about this at all. This is gonna be so chaotic.
It's all good. It's all good.
This is a cozy fantasy about three best friends who live together and in this little cottage, and there's some magical realism type things that are a part of it, but essentially they all sleep in one bedroom and have bookshelves and plants, and they stay up all night reading, and then they go into town and get their pastries and tea, and like it's so cozy. And then they also have like a little garden, and there's a lawn gnome who talks, and he's really grumpy, and he walks around and he like guards the garden. And then there's also little mushrooms that walk around. They just like stomp around on their little stubby little feet. And, and basically I just thought of everything cute that I could think of. Like, what's the cutest thing I can think of right now? But it's really just about these three best friends and kind of how they've moved from their past into their present and where they're going in their future. And so they've all kind of experienced different things because of who they are and what they are and what happened to them, and they're now just like in their childhood healing era. And so it's just meant to be very cozy and sweet and fun and healing for your inner child. So that's what it's about.
I love it.
The first novella is literally on the dot like 5,000 words, so it's really short. But you said 5,000 words, and I was like, oh, God, I gotta write this longer.
Listen,
put the glue down, Allyn.
I say 5,000 words, and quite literally every time Kai comes and says, here's 3,000.
Yeah, well, I figured I could email you and be like, I have 4,999, or is that okay?
You're good.
But my future cousin-in-law, I guess, my cousin's fiance is a English lit major at Clemson. Not major. She's getting her master's in English lit at Clemson. And so I was like, hey, so you think that you would edit my novella for me? And she was like, yeah, sure. And I said, basically, right off the bat, I need to know, does it suck? Yes or no? And she said, definitely doesn't suck. I'm like, awesome. Go tear it up, girl. Like, you just go do it. So anyways, the name, I don't even think I haven't introduced any characters yet because I'm waiting for all of her edits to get back before I kind of like introduce everybody, but I'll say it on here because I don't really care. I don't have like a schedule. It's just I just haven't done it yet. So the main character's name is Sunny. She is kind of like she embodies the sun. She has these like magical golden tattoos that like shine from the inside out, and she's a fairy. There's an orc. She's like a green Gamora type orc. She's just like a baddie, and her name is Danny. So Danica, the name Danica means stars, and so she kind of like embodies the stars. And then the last girl, her name is Luna, and she is a dragon shifter. And she has the cutest little cotton candy pink hair with little horns. And she's like the sweetest angel girl ever, but she's got that like beast lurking within that she's like battling and like kind of tortured with. So anyways, so I got Sun, Moon, and Stars, and then their companion is a little golden retriever dog named Daisy. And so the book is called the full book.
Venn, right?
Yes!
Yes! People cannot see this unless they watch the YouTube, but
That's
she
them.
has artwork on her page, and it is so
I'm
cute.
gonna look at it.
You should. It's so cute. Elle drew it. And
Oh, I was gonna say, did Elle draw this? This
Yeah.
looks like Elle style.
So
Yes,
I bound a few fanfics for her.
Did you?
As a trade,
I
yeah.
love that. She just did artwork for me for One Hollow Love.
She's so good. Like,
I was
what?
supposed to post it today and totally forgot. Oops. But
It's okay.
it's so good.
Okay, I can show. So this is Danny.
Yes. I love that.
This is Sunny.
These are so good.
And that's Luna.
Love her.
I love it.
Oh my goodness me. I love it.
They're so cute. I love them so much. And so the book, the full, like, thing is going to be called The Adventures of Sunny and Daisy. And because it is about Sunny and Daisy, but you really are going to get a lot of everybody's life in there. But Sunny and Daisy are, Daisy's the dog, and it's Sunny's dog. And so they kind of all are a big, happy found family. But anyways, that's what my book's about.
Man, we need to get artwork of the dog. That's what I want.
know. And
I'm in love
trying
with the
to find
aesthetic of Luna.
Luna, right? Like, she's so cute. There's some Pinterest
love her.
boards up. Did you find those?
I didn't. I'm just scrolling through your Instagram.
Now she's
There you go
stalking
again,
me.
fangirling over me. What are you doing?
Sorry.
I'm gonna send it.
Can't help it.
I'm sending it to both of you. But there's Pinterest boards.
Yes.
I love Pinterest.
What's your name? God. How many
I'm
Instagram
gonna ask
accounts do
Ellen,
you have?
like,
I have, like, 25, okay?
include this art in the anthology because it's so cute.
Right? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna ask her if I can include it in there.
Yeah, you should.
And then my
love
friend
art.
Lauren she's been like my friend since college. Like, she was in my wedding, I was in hers, kind of like Sammy. But she is an artist in her free time. She's actually a PA, which is crazy that she has both of those. But so she's designing my book cover, and I am so excited for it. And I'm so excited
That's
that
so
she gets to
cool.
be a part of it in that way. And so,
Let me go find her. Hold on.
Were you who was messaging me recently about formatting books?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, I just knocked the mic.
Mumford
Sorry.
and Sons?
Sorry.
Yeah, it was on your post, you dork, or your story.
My post?
On your you shared something on your
What?
story.
Not on purpose.
What's her Instagram?
My friend Lauren, she doesn't have an art Instagram.
What the hell?
She's
Yeah,
really
this was
busy.
your-
I'll give her your name. She's really.
This is your story.
Yeah, well, I was reposting. Share the love.
Well, I'll try. Ooh, I like the strawberries.
Lauren drew that.
You too.
Oh, I see. So I found her.
Okay, congratulations. I found her. She's gonna be like, who are
my.
these people following me?
I found her without even meaning to find her. Well, I was trying and I lost her. It's fine. It's fine anyway. Back on my bullshit.
So anyways, I'm excited about that.
At this point, we've just like completely.
I can get us back on topic
Flipped
anytime, so just let me know.
out the window.
I can.
It's all good.
I can be like, okay, let's talk about this now. Like, I'll do that anytime.
It's all good. We can talk about whatever you want. You're our guest.
I don't have anything specific to talk about. I don't know how to just like. No, that's a lie. I know exactly how to just come up with stuff. Like, just yap 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 yap.
Good.
I cannot.
I'm like looking and making sure we hit everything.
Oh, how did you get started on Bookstagram?
Just jump right into it. Transition.
Questions are good because this helps me. Like,
Yeah.
why did I almost just say coagulate my thoughts? Isn't blood? Why are we talking about blood so much? Okay. Anyways,
I'm concerned.
so I think I had just like, I was scrolling on TikTok. Like, I wasn't trying to find Bookstagram or whatever, but I didn't have a book talk or anything, and I somehow stumbled upon book talk, and became like literally started following like KB and Kenny and Shan and Taylor and all of them, and was just obsessed with the community that they had found with each other and wanted to be friends with them. And so I was like, I'm going to start a book talk. So I did, and I started, and I'm also, again, I'm a data analyst. I'm very analytical just as a human being. And so at the same time, I kind of like started reading ACOTAR and started annotating ACOTAR. And because of this incessant need to analyze everything, I annotated ACOTAR from the point of view of the other books, from Akamath and Akawar, and essentially just thought I had a copy on me, but I don't. But I essentially just had sticky notes of quotes from Akamath and Akawar and all those things in my copy of ACOTAR, saying like, this is where this lines up with this, and this is how this prophecy comes to fruition here, and this is how all these things line up. And I started posting videos about those, and they just kind of blew up a little bit. And I say blew up, not really, but enough for me to like be like,
people are like really interested though.
People are interested in that.
Yeah,
yeah, they are. They're very interested in that. Every time I post about it, people are like, oh my gosh, I need this. And I'm like, okay, well that was 3 years
me.
ago.
I'm people.
Okay. I think that's how I found you. Like
that
I think
probably
is. Yeah,
I think like from that, I personally like Instagram more than I like TikTok, and I was like, I'd much rather do this on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm an Instagram girly versus TikTok.
Yeah, like, and I made videos on TikTok for so long, and then once I started an Instagram and realized, like, that's how Sammy and I didn't even know Sammy was on Bookstagram, and I found her, and I was like, what the heck? Wait, do you read books? Like, do you read these? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, what? And so we've always been friends, but we kind of like rekindled our friendship because of our love for books. And anyways, I told KB the other day that it all started with her, and she's like, wow. Anyways, I got to, like, KB and I, like, actually became friends, and we met at a Polycon, which is really fun. But anyways, it's just been really cool, and I wanted to be, I think at the end of the day, I wanted to be a part of the community, and I wanted to form a community for myself, and that's why I wanted to have a book talk and Bookstagram, and it started with seeing people like KB and Shane and Taylor and Kenny, like, have that community, and it's been fun. So ever since, just been chaos, you know what I'm saying?
I see that version of ACOTAR all the time, and I'm like, damn, I want that so bad, because it's just so pleasing. So pleasing.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me for my copy of ACOTAR, and I was like, no, what? Like, people ask me all the time. People, anytime I post an annotated book, people ask me, could I, like, buy that from you? And I'm like, you could commission me to annotate a version of this, but I will never, ever annotate some kind of perfect the way that I did for myself. Like, I will never do that. Because it's too much. It's just...
It takes so long.
It takes so long.
And
I don't know how you do it.
For... what?
How you annotate like that. You tell me right now.
I'll tell you right now. I only annotate books that I am willing to reread. So I hardly ever annotate on my first read through. I only annotate on a reread. So typically the way it goes these days is I read it on my Kindle and I highlight on my Kindle, and then I go transfer my highlights to a physical copy. I don't do that every time, but typically if I am at the point where I love it so much I'll reread it, that's when I annotate the way that I did this one. Not every book is like that. I read Just for the Summer, annotated it as I was going, and that was that. But it's a short one, so Some Kind of Perfect is like 800 pages, so not gonna do that.
Ooh, oh my gosh. I started annotating When the Moon Hatched.
Yeah.
And then I was like halfway done with it. I set it down for like a month, and then I came back to it and I finally finished it. I didn't annotate the second half, and I enjoyed it so much more because I was like, no.
Do you read?
Don't you know
you could read? Let's throw a Draco quote in there. I didn't know you could read.
It's on my Kindle. That's literally a sticker on my Kindle.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
There
No,
you
I
go.
went.
There's the
And so
transition.
fan fiction.
Hermione.
So
So
for our
Hermione.
Hermione fans, I have
Well,
a
Brayden.
to show off the Kindy. I would like to admit that these are actually stuck to my Kindle.
Okay, fair. Mine were for a long time, and I was like, no, I'm a committer. I commit to things. When this is, look at my Kindle. Like, I I commit to things. I put these on my actual Kindle, and now I don't do that, and I change them once a week.
I see.
Like
I
a
no, I see it all the
hypocrite.
time.
You see my Kindle all the time?
Yeah, because you post it whenever you post new video. You post new
Again,
videos and you
with the
change in your
fans.
stickers.
I do.
Listen, dude, you're
I
on
get
my
it.
shit all the
I
time.
get on the
You are my
vibes
For You
and I'm just-
page.
Because I post so damn much.
I love it.
That
I
girl
just
would
made
quit
your post
posting.
the other day.
Okay, so Hermione.
Yes.
I have a Hermione tattoo.
Do you?
Is it 2 wands?
It's Draco and Hermione's wands.
I love that. I didn't know
Yeah.
you had
I
that.
love
I got
it.
it at Polycon.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Well, 2 days before Polycon, it wasn't like in the room, but
Is a Polycon in the room with us right
is the
now?
Polycon in the room with us? Yeah, I did. I got a Hermione tattoo because my other friend got a fan fiction tattoo, and I was like, sure, why not?
You're like, all right.
I had it
Love
planned
it.
out. Like, I knew I was going to do it because it doesn't matter how long I go without reading Hermione, I always find my way back to Hermione.
Yes.
Now
Now I want to read a Hermione. Like,
You
now
should.
I'm craving. Like, I need to read.
Have you read them?
I've never.
Just Manacled. Like, I'm
Just
not,
Manacled?
like, I haven't. Yeah.
Well, you should read a fluffy one next.
Okay. You've convinced me.
I've never read any
should-
of them.
You should read.
What fluffy one am I going to read? Yeah. You tell
Okay,
me.
let me just pull it out. This one
Is it
might
the
have
bloody
blood
one?
on it. I'm not sure.
The one you're literally doing
Lead
right now.
on.
Yeah.
Dude, that's good. Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love. It's a very long title.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And my editor just texted me.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
That's
she said I left a lot of comments. I'm like, oh god, okay. So it is a rom-commy, like he falls first. He's an R for the ministry, and she's like,
Ooh.
he's like assigned to her, and they go on like adventures together, and
That sounds so cute.
it's so cute. It's like kind of long, and it's just tension, slow burn, and then awesome payoff.
Yes, yes, yes.
Highly recommend. If you don't want to
Where
start
can I
with
find it?
Alright, so I'm starting it tonight.
AO3, so if you don't want to start, usually
All right,
if
how do
people
I
can
find this?
AO3 archive.
Yeah, what's the title?
I'll send you it. It's the long
send a
ass
link.
one I just said. I'll just send you a link. Don't worry.
Listen, dog, as soon as you say something, it's out. It's
So-
out of my brain.
The thing with fame, so I just typed in Draco Malfoy and that's it. Like I didn't know.
Just send us Draco.
I didn't know you could read. So the main thing to remember if you haven't read Hermione fanfiction is fanfiction Draco and canon Draco are not the same person. Ever.
Oh, yeah.
Hardly ever. Sometimes when they do like a 7th year retelling, or like there's a few that I've read where he is the same, but you really just get a deep dive into who he is more. I could talk about Hermione all day long. So, what were you talking about?
We're talking about the long ass title.
We're
of
talking
the
about
fanfic
Hermione.
you're about to
Draco
send me.
Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love. Okay, so what I was saying earlier was that the videos that blow up on my Instagram are Hermione videos, and it usually comes with a lot of hate and a lot of love.
People like fighting about it.
No in between. Like there's no
Yeah.
people aren't fighting. People are just coming on there saying you're an idiot, and I'm like,
Jeez.
and sometimes I respond, sometimes I'm like, okay, whatever. But they literally like, how could you like promote a bully who abused this girl.
Gosh.
And
Like
I'm
this.
Don't even get me started on these people.
And I'm like, he's 16 years old in the Draco that you know. The whole point of life itself is redemption, okay? And so if you are able to let a fictional character be redeemed by somebody who brings that out of him, do you believe in anything good in your life? Like,
Who hurt you?
Apparently
Who was
not.
it?
Sorry,
So-
I get the same people in mind. We probably have the same exact people commenting on
Because
ours.
of
besides
Zutara.
this Zutara. People get so heated. So heated. And then I get the people who are like, you're a pedophile because you're
Right.
doing things inspired by children. I'm like, do they not grow up? My characters aren't even them. Like, what
Right.
do you
Like, hello?
mean?
These people are wild.
They are so wild, and then they just come for your throat. Like, somebody literally told me, you're the most uneducated human I've ever, like, come across. And I'm like,
You're like, dog, I'm smarter than you. Get out of here.
bruh, do you want to
Honestly,
compare IQs or what? Like,
You want to compare our spreadsheets or
do you
not?
want to see my spreadsheet?
Hi to my hater. You remember the person who made a whole video about like
Yes.
it was a person who created a video about how much they hated me and my book, even though they hadn't read it.
A
All
whole
because
last
of
video.
Zutara, and basically called for the death of me. Like they really wanted people to come to my house and find me. And it was
No.
terrifying. And
You should have
TikTok,
sent them my way. Where are they?
I literally reported it to TikTok, and TikTok got back to me and was like, "We see nothing wrong.
And
There
you
have been
said,
no rules
check
broken." I'm like,
again.
"What do you mean?" I was like, "They're threatening my life."
Oh my
The audacity
gosh.
of people.
I mean, it's probably like a 10-year-old boy somewhere being
Probably.
a troll online, but like, there were people coming from that video and finding my page and just commenting death threat after death threat on every video of mine.
Absolutely not.
This is
That's
ridiculous.
just disgusting.
Somebody
Like-
did that to another author that I really, really love, and I actually went crazy on that person. So, not on the author, obviously, but
I'll send them your way next time.
you should. They're
Go.
like, I always tell people this. Maybe I shouldn't say this on live television like I'm about to, but I'm a
On
very,
live television.
like, Molly
Live.
has met me. Molly knows that
I
I'm
have.
very tall. And
You are very tall.
You a tall bitch. I
I'm
did
tall.
not know that.
I
I'm
don't
very
believe that
tall.
time.
I'm like, I have an RBF, and like, I'm a very intense person. And so, if you don't know me, you're not gonna come up and talk to me, most likely. If you do know me, you know I'm awesome. And so, people really like, they pretty much assume that I can like beat you up. No. Like, I'm the least physically aggressive person on the entire planet. I'm like, no! But verbally, I don't, but I could mess you up. And so,
Dude.
mainly in the defense of my friends. And so, I'm usually very gracious about what I say and just show them what is true. But in my mind, I gotta get my heart right, you know? I gotta get my heart right, otherwise I'm gonna really say something I shouldn't on live television. So,
You're good. You're good.
but yes, I love fan fiction, and I'm a huge fan of Hermione fan fiction. To the point where I've bled for Hermione fan fiction, and been pierced with a needle for Hermione fan fiction.
You're the most committed fan.
Pretty much, yeah.
Literally.
I just love that fan fiction is becoming so like
Mainstream.
popular
Yeah.
that like people are wanting to write books inspired by like
Yeah.
the thing, and then people who like wrote fan fiction, their fan fictions
Yes.
getting turned into stories.
Yes.
Like obviously different character, different world, things like that.
Obviously,
but like
yeah.
that was
But
where
they're
they started.
becoming famous because of fan fiction. Like, I
Yeah.
think about Julie Soto, and
Yes.
I love her books that are just contemporary romance books, you know? And to see the auction, like, become something is so cool. I'm sure that's such a full circle moment for her. And I love
yeah.
that for her. Like,
She wrote fanfic?
yeah, she wrote the Rights and Wrongs series in the auction. It's like, low key, probably in the top most popular fan fictions.
Dog, hold on, I'm not there yet.
Just quickly hear her typing like It's so fast.
But yeah, I do think that I'm answering one of your questions that I memorized. Apparently, I didn't realize I memorized them all, but I did. And don't come for me for not being intelligent, because I am.
You are
And
intelligent.
not you. I'm talking to the haters.
I was gonna say.
Not talking about you.
Oh, I see.
So the right thing to do is from Hermione's point of view, and all the wrong things is the same story from Draco's point of view, and then the auction is an alternate universe to the universe of the rights and wrongs, and it's a darker thing, and it's so good.
I'm looking right now.
Anywho, your question about do I think it's more? Do I think it's becoming mainstream, or like do I think that it's becoming less like taboo? Is something like that?
Yeah.
I do think it is
helping people market and things.
Yeah,
like that.
for sure. And I think that we all have a little bit of a like, oh man, we wanted this person to end up with this person in our minds when we're watching TV shows and things like that and movies. And to see somebody else celebrate it, I think it gives so much freedom to readers, and it gives you like the ability to kind of I don't really know how to say what I'm trying to say, but I think it just opens up your world a little bit, and it makes you feel like you can read anything that you want, and you can read anything you want, and it almost is like you find people that accept you for the way that you are. And I think it's a really good thing that it's becoming more mainstream and less like frowned upon and less taboo, because like I read after Harry Styles fan fiction as a child. and I feel like I never would have told anybody. Like, I have a friend who read Hermione fan fiction when she wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter, and she never told anybody. And I'm like, but now she's like, yeah, I read Hermione, and it's become such like an accepted thing. And I think it does, like, I don't know, if I saw that something was based on Hermione or Zutara, I'd be like, heck yeah. Like, that was probably the number one reason I was so excited about your book, was because it was a Zutara retelling. And Avatar: The Last Airbender is really special to me and Thomas, because it was the show that we watched on the first night we ever kissed was to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
My heart.
Yes.
He's a shy boy, and he was like, do you want to come to my apartment and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender? I just got the whole thing on DVD. And I was like, sure. And he had never kissed anybody before, but I knew that he liked me, and I was like, maybe getting a little kiss tonight. So anyways, we were watching Avatar, and then through the year and a half or so that we were dating and engaged, we finished Avatar: The Last Airbender on our honeymoon. And it was just like our whole dating and engagement was based on them. And I remember this was before I was in Avatar or anything. I was like, man, I really like Zuko. Like, man, I really wish Zuko and Katara would have ended up together. This was before I knew anything about Hermione. I didn't know anything.
It's like the first enemies to lovers that should have happened. It was a missed opportunity.
No longer. You have seized upon the opportunity.
I've done it. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, I love them. That is what inspired the book. But I am the first person to be out here telling you it is not going to ever live up to what Zutara could have been. Like, I am not the Avatar writers, and some people get a little too fussy about that.
Yeah, I believe that.
People come for me, and I'm like, no, I'm the first to tell you, because they're like, this is not Zutara. This is a disappointment to me. And I'm like, listen.
It is not. It's not Zutara.
I was like, I warned you. I told you it wasn't going to be as good, and it is your fault that you thought it was going to be.
I think maybe I could read some Zutara fan fiction. I wonder what that would be like. Should I
want to read that, and I want to read more like Raylo fan fiction.
I love Raylo fan fiction.
Just go read Allie Hazelwood.
Yes, so The Love Hypothesis is Raylo, and also Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto is Raylo.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It tells you how much I know.
I knew that.
is actually Rayla. She literally posted a picture of her holding up a bound copy of her fic and a copy of Not Another Love Song. And she's like,
I'll find her.
I love that.
yeah, me too. I was like, heck yeah, girl. And so it's very much Raylo. I'd say that even Forget Me Not is kind of Raylo.
People, well, like I got a review on Entangled and someone was like, this is like a fan fiction of One Direction. And people like use that as an insult and I'm like,
thank you.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, do you know how many fan fictions have been published now? Like, get out of my face.
Caitlin, the girl who runs Fable Ground Coffee, she got told that her book was Witcher fanfic, and they gave her like a 1 star, and she goes, sounds like a 5-star to me. Like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? Like, thank you.
Yeah, literally.
I think I even put that in my review. Like, if this is Witcher fanfic, it's a 5-star for me.
Anytime someone like thinks they're throwing that as an insult, like things like that. Like I got a review recently. I sent it to Kai. I literally sent it today, and it said something along the lines of, "I don't want to compare stories and authors, but this book has the potential to be as great as Akatar. The writing just wasn't it." And I was like, all I'm hearing is the potential to be like Akatar.
That's all.
Like, forget the rest of everything you said. I heard Akatar and I'm good.
My review was, I can't wait for the next book. If this is Witcher fan fiction, I'll take more of it and rate it 5 stars every time. It's like roast.
See, now I need to go consume it. Like that just sold me.
It's actually pretty good. I really do like that book. It's got a really cool world. Like I think, and I haven't told Caitlin this, but I think that part of the world she created inspired a little bit of the world I created for my book, because it's very Renaissance fair-esque. Like, that's kind of the vibes that I get, and that's kind of the village that I created was very Renaissance fair. Like, somebody's playing a lute, and there's a tavern, and they're selling turkey legs and things like that.
I have it on my shelf somewhere. I have a signed copy on my shelf somewhere. I just don't know where.
Of what?
A Lust for Blood.
Yeah.
Of a what?
A Lust for Blood.
A Lust for Blood. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if I've read that one.
You'd probably recognize the cover if you would.
I was gonna say I probably would recognize the cover.
I'll pull it up right here.
I don't know where it is.
Oh yes.
You definitely know.
I have done
For everyone else, this is the book.
Yes.
But there's a new cover, I believe.
I was gonna say there's a new cover. Yeah.
that old cover. I'm pretty sure. I gotta find it now. Hold
I
on,
think
I'm
I have
pretty
the
sure
new cover. I think I have the new one.
I posted
I'll
that.
pull
Like
up
her
the
and
new
I.
cover. This is the new cover, and I also really like
I
it a
see
lot.
it. I see it.
This is the new cover for everyone.
It's literally in front of my face. Haha.
I
Yeah.
like it.
I like it too. I like it a
Alright, I
lot.
gotta find it now. Because I swear I posted her before for some reason. I don't remember why. It was a while ago.
The FMC is like bloodthirsty. I love a bloodthirsty FMC. Like, I read. I don't actually know how to say this word. a dance macabre.
Oh, Maccabee?
Maccabee.
Is it Maccabee?
Oh.
I don't know what it is. I know what you're talking about. I saw that you had posted about it. I don't know how you say it, though.
This girl is so bloodthirsty. I'm like,
You're
that
like
book was
eating this shit
one
up.
of the most unique books I've read in a while, and I do think that's why I like came off of a unique book like that and read your thing and was like, let's do something really unique. It was because I was
Let's
like,
do it.
and then you said,
Well,
"I'm."
thank you to that
You've
author.
got to tell me. It was Naomi Loud was the author.
Yeah.
Then you're like, how would I? Like, you're trying to flesh out some of your thoughts, and I said, "Oh, I have no idea, but oh, I don't know, but you should do this."
You're like, I don't know how, but you should do it.
That's not my
like
job.
this.
What?
Oh, she's the same author as the On the Line.
Yeah, and she wrote, "Was I ever here? Was I ever real? Was I ever free?"
Yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
I have not read any of her stuff before. I've just heard of her. I really.
She writes
so
really
many
good stuff.
authors
I'd say Naomi Loud is like, she writes dark contemporary, and then she, On the Line was contemporary, and then A Dance Whatever is dark. In the coolest way. It's like Morticia and Gomez Adams vibes.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I
they're
love it.
sexy and hot.
Yes.
It's
Give
awesome.
me give me Adam's Family vibe books. That's
And
all I
it's
want to read.
like
All fall.
true enemies to lovers, and I love true enemies to lovers. It's not like I
Yes.
don't like you. It's
It's
like
like I'm gonna
I'm
kill you.
actually. She like throws a sawed off finger at him.
I
Like they're
love that.
bloodthirsty. It's awesome. It's
That's the
like
best.
gory. I love it.
That is the
Dude,
best.
the graphics I used to make, who let me do this? Who the fuck let me make graphics like this? Good night, dog.
Not
They're
me.
so bad.
I'm just kidding. I love your page.
It's nice now, dog. I'm all the way at the beginning. It's very bad. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I've posted that girl's freaking cover before. I'm gonna find it.
I don't remember you posting it, but I believe you.
At least someone believes me.
I'll
I
believe
don't.
anything you say.
Yes! Oh, I was part of the Release Blitz tour. The Release Day Blitz tour. She did it with Nerdy Book Tours. Let me show you. Let me show you guys. I'm not gonna show the audience because it's so bad. Let me show you guys the graphic I made for it. Who
Yeah,
the
just in
fuck-
case you want to know, we have a group chat going without you.
You guys are all excluded. No, I'm just kidding.
Look at the
This is
graphic.
some intense stuff. This is some high level.
Oh my gosh. I love that this is on your page and this is the book we chose to keep bringing up today.
Like who let me make a graphic like that? Because it's
Great.
so bad.
We need to
It's
tell
so
her.
bad.
Hey, just
It's
let
so
you know,
bad.
we talked about you a lot.
Yeah, literally. She literally messaged me today.
She's so
That's
nice.
actually funny. Because she's putting together a Maryland book club.
Cool.
And yeah, I was like, sign me up right now because I have no
Maggie,
friends.
stop.
I was like, I need friends that don't live 500 states away.
The depression I feel whenever I think about the fact that we live so far away.
I'm
Every time I
scrolling
think
back
about
through all my
driving 9
posts.
hours to you again makes me want to die. A little bit on the inside.
Oh, well.
You could drive
It's
24 hours to me.
done.
Sorry, I'm
I'll
not
do
worth
it.
it enough for you. Damn.
Come spend the night. Bring your
All
babies.
I'm
I'll
saying
babysit.
is that I'm going to jump on a plane instead.
Somebody
Okay,
told
that's
me,
fine.
they said,
Because
I
I'm
haven't even
perfect.
met you in real life, but I'd trust you to take care of my child. I was like, as you should. I would definitely take care of your child.
I'd give you Ollie. You can have Ollie for a day.
I absolutely
I
am
love them.
such a good babysitter. One of
Ollie's
these
the
days, my kids are going to be psychotic, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm such a good babysitter until it's my own child and I don't know what to do.
I'm not even kidding. The second day that I met Ollie at Tessa's birthday party, that child was asleep on me.
I
He
love
slept
that.
on me for a solid like 45 minutes.
love
It was
babies.
great.
Cute.
I do have
I
baby fever
adore
right
him.
now, and Thomas is like, Thomas is ready to have, and he's ready. And I'm like, give me just a second, I have some baby.
Just a minute.
Just give me a second, I'm only 26.
This is like I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I did not realize like how much went into being a mom until I became a mom. Like,
Yeah.
dog, I'm so
It's a lot.
tired.
Yeah.
It's so much.
I love it, but it's a lot.
Literally.
Yes.
I would not change a thing.
Yeah.
But good God, who left me in charge of raising a human?
See,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like I'm really gonna love having a kid, but I'm really not gonna love being pregnant. And
I hated being pregnant.
and my mom's like, you don't know that. You may be glowing. You may love it. And I'm like, I don't think my personality goes with that for anything. Like, much less a actual alien growing inside of me. So I just don't think that's going to be the case. She said, well, don't say that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's how I feel. So I'm going to say that.
By
That's
the
curly.
end, it's like, by the end, you're so giant and you're like, what is
Yeah.
this?
Huge.
It's moving to me. My stomach literally looked like Phineas, like his face from Phineas and Ferb. Like, it was so pointed. I was gonna say, yeah, I was high risk and had complications, so I guess I have a very differing opinion from most people.
I had morning sickness the entire first trimester, and then I had some kind of weird placenta thing where if it was positioned a certain way, I could like be in danger in the baby. So being pregnant is so fun.
How old were you when both of you had yours?
How
I
old?
was 24.
25.
I'm older than both of you. Well, how old are you now?
25.
Okay, I'm 26.
You were 25 when you had him?
Lady. Me?
Your birthday's in
September.
September?
I'm
Had him in
never the
November.
oldest.
Okay, I was like, my brain.
I found
I'm
it.
the
I'm
youngest.
literally never the oldest in any group that I'm in.
I'm the baby of this group.
Funny. I just sent you a picture.
Molly. Molly.
It looks like his face.
Molly.
Who drew that? Did you
Me.
draw it?
Yeah.
Dude, the way he's poking out at you, Tessa would do that too. She would literally like sit up in my stomach and make my stomach poke out. I gotta find pictures now.
My stomach was really bad too because I have a heart-shaped uterus, so like a very rare shaped uterus, and it like makes the baby be on one side of your uterus.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like extremely crooked, which is
nice. I had a anterior placenta, I think is what it was. I had a weird placenta. I had all kinds of shit. Damn kid. She's so cute though. I like her a lot.
They're worth the trouble.
They are. Those first couple months are a little rough, but
That's okay. I feel like I'm excited about that kind of stuff. Like,
I loved the first few months. Like, it sucks at first waking up throughout the night, but like, I binged so many shows. I got so many shows watched that I had been dying to watch and had no time for because I was up all night. So I just put it on the TV, binged shows. It was great.
I think, again, really think that I'll like as soon as the baby gets there.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm still just like in the stage of my life where I don't want to have to plan around anybody else except for myself. And so, but I am definitely like getting baby fever, and I have baby fever most of the time. And so, anyways, we'll see around this time next year if we have a little baby
that's the
hand.
hard part is like realizing how much you can't do anymore because you have a baby and like how much you have to plan around.
Yeah. I'm not ready to give up my like independence with that quite yet, and I'm still young enough to be able to have a few. So thankfully it's by choice and it's not because we're not able, because I have friends who are dealing with that and it sucks to watch and I'm sure sucks to be a part of. So
Yeah.
anyways, I'm living my best life and spending like intentional time with Thomas while it's just the two of us. So
I was gonna say, I soak it up.
Yep.
It's so hard to remember that I'm someone outside of being a mom now because I just like I'll go out on a date with my husband and I'm like, who am I?
Yeah,
Who is this?
One of my really good friends who's in my wedding, she has a baby now, and like I was telling, kind of like voicing some of the fears that I have about it, that just like I won't be Allyn anymore, like I'll be such and such's mom. And I said, but the thing is like we're having lunch right now together, and I don't see you as Everett's mom. I see you as Kelsey. Like you're Kelsey to me, and that hasn't changed now that you have a baby on your hip. Actually, he's on my hip, but like. And she like started crying and she was like, that means so much because I feel like I'm just Everett's mom. And like I said, no, not to me. Like I still like we still talk about things that aren't about him, and like you're still just Kelsey, and that gives me a lot of like hope for that season of my life where I'm trying to figure out who I am and what I am, and knowing that what I see isn't what other people see necessarily. Because I don't see you guys as your baby's mom. I see you as Kylie and Molly, And so I don't feel like everybody sees you that way. Just maybe you do, which isn't a bad thing either.
Yeah. Like, I love being a mom, but I'm also a person outside of myself. Because, like you said, a lot of people are just like, oh, yeah, you're Tessa's mom. I am a whole ass person, like, outside of my baby.
Yeah.
Like, I love her so much, but yeah, I feel like it's hard to lose, that you start to lose your identity when you become a mom. So it's very trying, but I'm in therapy. It's all good.
First of all, everybody should go to therapy. Yay!
That's what Shelby says.
Everybody, I don't care how healthy you are, go to therapy. I've been to so much therapy. I'm not healthy, so that's why I'm in therapy. But like,
Same.
Well, I'm better now, but was not. Had some issues, man. But everybody should go to therapy.
Gosh. That's what Shelby says. Shelby's like, everybody, therapy for you, therapy for you.
Like even, like I even think about being married, and like I would say that Thomas and I have a really healthy marriage, mostly because we've both been in therapy separately, and not at the moment, but in the past, and have both dealt with our own stuff and figured out what works for us because we communicate really well. And even now I'm like, maybe we should just go to therapy just to check in, like, and he's like, okay. And so I tell everybody, I'm like, I don't care how healthy you are. I don't care how healthy you think you are. Go to therapy. Just check in. Like, it's really, I was telling somebody today, like, therapy is not bad. Well, just go.
I feel like that's the stigma of mental health today. Is like, if you go to therapy, if you're on medication, like blah, 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 like you're weak. And I had such a hard time with that when I first got put on medication because I felt like I was weak. It's so hard to ask for help, but it's so worth it.
It is. I'm on medication too, so props to you for, like, I have weird forms of OCD and lots of anxiety and lots of depression, and getting on medication helped me so much. And, especially living in the South where the stigma is, like, you're a Christian, and, like, if you don't, maybe you're just not believing hard enough. And I'm like, no, God created medicine and doctors to help my little brain. So, like,
God created my anxiety, okay?
He did, like, and he knew what the purpose of it was, and if it's to be on a podcast and say it's okay to take medication if you're a Christian, like, there you go.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I've been on medication for 4 years, and it's the best thing ever. So, we're big mental health advocates in this house.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I'm right there with you.
Thomas is too. He's right there with all of us. He's on medication, sweet angel boy, for his ADHD. Thomas also has Tourette's, which is really cool about him. I think it's so cool. And he used to be so embarrassed about it. And I'm like, no, it's the coolest thing ever. And he has like very minor tics, but his ADHD is made a lot worse because of his Tourette's. And so he can't be on a stimulant like Adderall because it makes his Tourette's worse. And so he's on Wellbutrin, which is technically an anxiety medication. But, I mean, we're both just, like, big advocates for therapy and for being on medicine if that's what your brain needs. Like, there should be no shame surrounding that. And so, if that's what this podcast is about, then so be it.
I love it. I am so excited for you to get Kyla's book.
Yes,
because
I am too.
that is the entire, like, premise of like what she wants is like introducing mental health representation into like fantasy, which I think is so important. Like,
I do too.
I think more books should have mental health rep.
Yeah, I think that more books should have accurate OCD representation as well, because
I can't wait for you to read One Hollow Love, because the female main character has OCD, and I wrote a lot of like my OCD specific compulsions and things into it.
I love that.
Which makes me terrified because I feel like people are going to be really mean comments. But I wrote a whole author note in the front of the book that was like, please remember to be nice because people have these, like, face these problems, and just have some grace even if you don't agree with it.
As somebody who has OCD, if you want me to sensitivity read it, I'd be happy to do that.
I definitely do, because like even if it's like my experience and I wrote, like, it's not going to be everyone's experience, and I definitely want someone to sensitivity read to be like, hey, like,
keep
that's
it relatable.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, I totally agree. And like OCD is, I feel like, a very misunderstood thing because it looks so different for everybody, and it comes in waves for some people. Like for me, it really comes in waves, and like I haven't really had a bad episode in a while, but when it comes, it really comes for your throat. And so
it does.
The scenes that I've written of the other book that I'm just like getting out of my system, really, I don't even know that I'll ever publish it, but I'm just getting it out of my system, has a lot of just like my experience with OCD, and I just feel like it's not talked about enough, like in books and fantasy books and things like that. So I'm so excited to read her book, and yours, obviously, but yeah, I've been excited about her book because, especially from her little takeover on Azala Press today.
Oh, she did so good.
She did.
So
I
good.
asked
I'm
a few
so
of those
nervous.
questions.
I did too. But
My
yeah, she was so
question
nervous.
was, she did, my question were the first three because I saw it as soon as she posted it. And it was, what's your least favorite thing about writing? What's your go-to snack? And what character do you relate to the most that you've written? Felt like that was good.
Those are good questions.
Thank you
I
so
love
much,
it.
Molly. You're so encouraging. First, you're like, you are intelligent. And I'm like, no, I know. You don't have to tell me that. It's good. I'm not saying that about
I'm
you.
just your little cheerleader.
Oh my gosh.
I love it so much.
I might have you. I'm having Shelby Sensitivity read the book that the outline you read, because I want to put borderline personality disorder in it, because
cool.
I have that.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to write it wrong. Because I don't
think
know.
that you can write anything wrong.
No.
I mean, I could.
You
But-
won't, though. Like, I don't think that it's possible for you, if you're writing your experience specifically, like,
Yeah.
there's no way that your
Yeah.
perception of what's going on in your mind is wrong. Like,
It's
Yeah,
wild
I'm
up there, dog. It's
Girl.
wild up there.
I'm with you. Not in the same way, but
I have a mild case, too. So I'm like, how do I write this as chaos?
I love it.
Like how?
We love transparency of mental health and medication. Love it. That's why I think I
definitely-
love. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
You go,
I think
girl.
that's why part of the reason I love the Addicted series so much is because they're so open about addiction and about OCD and things like that, and it's just in PTSD and depression, like they just really knock it out of the park with those things.
I love that, though. I like seeing mental health and stuff like that in books and, like, really hard, heavy topics talked about.
Yeah, and I think to me that's real life, and that's why the Addicted series means so. Part of the reason why it is so important to me is because it's the closest thing to real life without being real life that I have found in the book. That also makes me feel like I have a family that's looking out for me. You know, not that I don't, but in a escapist way. And like Rose has OCD, and Lily and Lo are both addicts, and Daisy has depression and PTSD, and it's just like, I'm so sorry. My friend at work is reading Crescent City 1. And she just texted me and said, hello.
Dude, them first couple chapters are wild.
She said,
Oh, yeah.
she told me today, she's like, yeah, I think the chapter, like, I think I stopped after chapter 4. And I went,
You're like, oh.
I said, well, be sure and text me when you read chapter 5, because that's when stuff goes down. And she said, hello, what the fuck?
I love reading reactions to books. Like, there's this girl I follow. I don't even remember how I found her, but she posts her brother's reactions to the Throne of Glass.
It's
series.
Charlie. It's Charlie's book Rex or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember what her name is. That's probably who it is, but that shit is so funny. So funny. I love unhinged reactions to books. It's my
Wow.
favorite.
That's why you love me, apparently.
Yeah, but apparently you don't like reading books the first time annotating them, so I don't know.
No, I
don't
do
know
when
what
it's
to do.
yours.
Oh, okay.
Not the same. I just told you everything that I say is the exact opposite for you guys. Like, I've said that so many times.
Count for you.
Listen, I don't listen, okay?
I think we've learned that here.
My brain already forgets what we discussed at the beginning of this podcast. I don't
It's just
know.
that one time I got in trouble starting to annotate it, and then I decided I have to finish annotating it, and I didn't want to, and I did anyways with that one book. I did, and I annotated all the like heavy hitters, you know. This was not an indie author for everyone who's listening. This is, anyways, okay.
I
Put my "Say Howdy, Stay Rowdy" hat on. Woo!
Oh my gosh,
The most
dude.
chaos. And I love
I
it.
told you I was going to say.
I just want it to be known for anybody that listens to us who is someone we've reached out to be a guest or is like, I want to come on this. Like this is what you're in for. Like
This is
This
what
is
you're
it.
in for, and also you should feel zero pressure. Because, like, I literally. Never mind, we can't talk about what happened. Let's just say things have happened on screen, and they've been the most gracious people ever about it. So.
Dog, I was so nervous because I don't think you and I have ever talked like
About
virtually
me?
face to face before. Yeah. I get nervous around new people, and then all of a sudden that happened. It just
You're like,
broke the
ice
ice.
has broken.
Oh, I was like, what if I say his name wrong? Like, what if I'm just like speaking about this
Actually,
man's wrong name?
Tomas.
What
What if I say her name wrong? Oh my gosh. What if? What if you called me Allyn and not Allyn?
Couldn't
This
tell you.
entire podcast, I have been sitting here like, don't screw this up. Don't call her the wrong name, Molly.
I'm afraid you're all of a sudden gonna be like, guys, I'm just kidding. It's not Alan. It's Allyn. Like, I'm
No,
sitting
it's
here
Alan.
like, are we sure? Like, what if I'm saying it wrong?
Here's
both
one
ways?
thing you should know about me is I am a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. I would not lie. And so I will mislead when people are asking me. So my friend who was talking to me about Crescent City today, she was like, who are the main characters of this book? Bryce, Danica, and I was like,
You're like, how far are you again? Like,
and I feel like it's not even a spoiler because it's 5 chapters in, and so I'm like, yeah, Bryce, Danica's probably up there somewhere. Hunt and Rune. But I never lie. So anyways, I'm not lying about how to pronounce my name. Like, it's actually Alan. I told you I was named after my grandfather, whose name was Alan. With an E. My mom's middle name is Alan with a Y, just like mine. And I'm Alan with a Y. So
Love it.
future
Oh
little
my
hams
gosh.
will have will probably have a middle name Alan. So
I
whether
love
it's a
it.
boy or a girl, we'll see.
I
Or
love
both.
it.
It's
That's
back to the podcast.
Back to the podcast. Back to the wrap up questions.
back to
Or their wrap
that
up
bitch
questions.
that had a lot
Yeah.
to say about me the other day in the
we
press.
try to stay consistent here after
We try to stick to the script.
one episode that we've done.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
Listen.
hit me with the rapid. Hit me
All
with
right.
the rapid question.
Oh, they're gonna be rapid. Okay.
Give me some rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire wrap up question.
Why was I gonna say something? I have nothing.
All right. The first one is, what would be your one piece of advice to give to readers who are thinking about taking the leap to like write a
what?
book?
Oh.
Since you did that like recently.
My advice is Rebecca Ross's advice, which is just start writing and just finish a manuscript. Just do it, because then you prove to yourself you have written a book. Just do it.
It's great advice.
Just do it. Yeah, that's what I tell people all the time.
Make your dreams come true. One margarita in. This is me. I'm not even.
One margarita.
One drink.
One margarita. This. I don't even feel this. That's the problem. This is just me, all natural, baby. Okay, what's my
Whenever
second?
Whenever I think about margaritas, I think about that girl who's holding the margarita and she's walking. She's like, "I got short legs. I'll break your kneecaps in," or whatever she says.
Couldn't
I
be
gotta
me.
find it.
Couldn't be me with
gotta-
those short legs.
Oh, she's like, "I got tiny legs and a frozen margarita." Oh, I gotta find
I
her.
got
name.
long legs and a frozen
Lord.
margarita. Okay, what's my second rapid fire?
All right. The second rapid fire is, what are you currently reading?
I'm
Everything.
reading the last book in the Like Us series by Kristen Becca Ritchie. It's called Nobody Like Us. This will conclude my Addicted Universe read. And I'm
How sad are you?
emo, very emo, but it'll be okay because the Cobalt Empire books are coming out eventually, so it's fine. It's very emo. Anyways, I'm okay. I flew through the first 12 books. I flew, And
You
now,
did. I kept going on Goodreads.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
and I have taken like 2 weeks to get through 50% of the last book. But Haley, the girl who designed the covers, she is also reading it at the same time as me. She's rereading it, obviously, but we're both annotating them for each other, and so I feel very justified in taking my time. So I'm reading that. I'm also reading In the Sky Blood. It is a book published by Bindery Books.
Oh, yeah.
And Zoran, I think her name is Zoran.
Yeah.
Yep.
She is the one who picked it. So anyways, I got an arc of that, and I'm reading that masterclass in world building, honestly. And it's a standalone fantasy, and I love it. It's so good. So, and then I'm also reading Soft as It Began, which is a Hermione fanfiction.
Heck yeah.
I love it.
I read
I
3.
love to see it.
Sometimes I hit 5, but 3 is usually my one book on Kindle, one book physical, and one book that is fanfiction.
I love that though. I'm usually about 4 to 6 at a time.
I was gonna say, what are you reading right now?
Yeah, what are you reading?
So, on my Kindle, I'm starting today, I Will Find You by Harlan Coben.
I love that you had it ready.
Right.
It's just like,
I didn't
I'm
know
ready
I could
to
use
go.
props.
Yes.
you can always use props.
I'm
like
buddy
my
reading it
glue.
with a friend.
Yeah. Like your glue.
It has like melted
all
into my
kinds of
hands.
I got my dinosaur. It's not a dinosaur. It's a dragon. I got my little. This is my husband's actually. I got my little Dobby.
Dobby.
Oh, he's so little.
Look how cute he is. He's so small.
He's
He's
so
precious. He's a precious little bean. I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
put
say
him in
beans.
this. But I'm starting that book on my Kindle today. It's a thriller. My friend's already like 10 chapters in. She says it's really good. I'm 20% into The Black Witch, which is the first book in the Black Witch Chronicles. It's like 600 pages, and it's taken me a minute. It's YA too, which is fine. Then I'm in the middle of Reckless, and then
By Lauren Roberts
yeah,
or by Elsie Silver.
by Lauren Roberts, and then. Listen, Reckless is my favorite book by Elsie Silver. That's my favorite Elsie
That
Silver
book
book.
is so good. Heartless is
fucking
better.
good.
So what else said.
I know you are a Willa stan.
You
it's
know what?
fine.
At least you have finished that series. Have you finished it? Congratulations.
And then the last book I'm reading is Savage Fae. I've been on that book for like a month.
Ruthless Boys.
Oh, yes. Who's your favorite Ruthless Boy, by the way? I need to know.
I haven't
Have
read
you read that
Ruthless
series?
Boys. But I've read Zodiac.
I need to know. I need you to read this.
I
series,
assume
'cause
it would
need
be
to
Ryder if I had to guess.
Knowing you, yes.
Why? Because I liked Knox from the get-go.
Yes! No, dog. He literally has tattoos on his fingers. One of them says pain, and the other one says lust. He sounds like the type of man for
yes.
you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you literally were one, but look.
I was like
Look
2
at this.
chapters into Bonds at Tie, and
Savage Fae.
I
Readers
said,
also enjoyed.
is it bad that I already know that North and Knox are my favorites? And Kylo's like, yes, that's horrifying.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, I also love Zayd Meadows
North
and
I
Damon
get.
Torrance.
But
I liked Damon Torrance from the get-go also, so. From Kill Switch,
I'm gonna-
from Penelope Douglas.
I'm gonna send you my book boyfriend list.
I have it on my
yours.
spreadsheet. Would you like to hear?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 1 is Resand, and it will never change. I just don't think it could ever change. Number
love it.
2 is Draco Malfoy.
Mm-hmm.
Number
That
3.
tracks.
Number 3 is Damon Torrance. Actually, number 4 is Connor Cobalt.
I have not read his books yet, but like I read the first Addicted book, and I think that man's for me.
If you're a North girl and a Resand girl, you're likely going to be a Connor Cobalt girl.
Hell yeah, I'm here for it.
I think North may be my number 5.
Accurate.
And my number 6 is probably Reich Meadows.
Accurate. Is there, okay, this might be a really dumb question, but I don't actually know. Is there an age gap between Reich and Daisy?
Yes.
Okay, how
But
big
it's not
is it?
weird. It's not, 7 years.
Okay.
The issue that a lot of people have is that, I'm trying not to spoil anything. Daisy's really young when Reich and Daisy meet because she is Lily's sister. And Daisy had a crush on Reich, essentially. And nothing ever happened until she was past 18. And, like, he never even, like, looked in, like, well, they were friends, but, like, he never was like, yeah, let's do this. And so a lot of people think he was grooming her. Not at all. No. So anyways, that's my issue with people who don't like Daisy and Reich is because they're like, well, he was grooming her. And I'm like, no, he wasn't. Like, no. He never even, like, he loved her as a friend, like, and as, like, that found family, but he never even, like, entertained that idea until she was past 18. So anyways, yes, there's an age gap. When they finally get together, I think she's 18 and he's 25.
Okay. So you only have 5 book boyfriends?
No. Number 7 is... Number 5 was North. Number 6 was Right. Number 7 is Rocky from Dishonestly Yours.
Dishonestly Yours.
Number 8... Whoa. Before Reich is Zaid. I don't know where that got mixed up. 6 is Zaid, 7 is Reich, 8 is Rocky. Is that what I said? Anyways, I'd say throw Dean Moretto in there from The Wallflower by Sally Louise. Throw Knox in there. Maybe Rune. I don't really see him as a book boyfriend. I see him as, like, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 14 book boyfriends.
Throw an Emily Henry boy in there. Okay, who are they?
All right.
And we will not forget to ask Molly what book she's reading currently.
It's all good.
Mine are in no particular order, because I don't know how you order your men. I can't do it. It changes depending on the day.
Analytical about everything, and I have thought everything through to the nth. Anyways, carry on.
Okay, first, and again, no particular order, is Daniel Grant from Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez.
Okay.
I love him. Second is Theo Silva from Reckless by Elsie Silver.
We love Theo. That boy barking. That's what he does.
I cannot.
I love him. Okay, number 3.
Griffin. Sure. From Bonza Tai. That man.
That's fair.
And then you have North, because...
How can you not?
Wow. I need to finish that series, but I'm also scared. Anyway. And then I have Beau Durand from Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. He is literally the nerdiest, sweetest fucking... I love him.
That's my husband. Thomas. That's what Thomas is like.
I don't think you're a husband that way, but I'll agree with you.
Well, you might after tonight. I wouldn't blame you. I don't know what to tell you.
And then I have Reese and Dorian. Dorian is so underrated.
Yes,
Rowan,
I love Dorian. I don't like
Rowan's like my first SJM like love
experience.
So I like put him on the list, but if I had to pick an SJM man, it would probably be either Dorian or Reese. Like,
right, I agree with that. Dorian is the best.
But I'm also a hoe for Hunt and Asriel too.
Me too.
And then I can't believe you didn't put this man on your list. Ollie Masters.
Oh yeah, and Julian. Oh my gosh, how could I forget them?
I cannot
Ooh,
believe
I
you.
love Ollie. I love him. I also love Julian so much.
Mm-hmm.
I just forget, like, I don't have everything on my list memorized.
I don't
Seems-
either. I have it.
Yeah, I can pull it up.
I have it in front of me. My final three boys
Okay.
are Nate Hawkins from Icebreaker,
Good one.
Garrett Graham from The Deal.
Okay.
He was like my first romance love.
Yeah.
And then I have Sean Roberts from Sean from Flock.
Okay.
He's my guy. Anyway.
Okay. Molly,
Molly,
who are
it's your turn.
yours?
My book boyfriends?
Yes.
I don't have a list.
Just tell us some that you like. I also like Zayden a lot.
Yes.
And Darius from Zodiac. I like Darius
I was gonna
a
say
lot.
that Darius from Zodiac for sure.
I don't know
Dorian.
enough
I also
about
like
him.
Lance.
I do too.
I like them both.
I'll take them both.
Dorian. Like, if I had to pick an SJM man, like, this might be a hot take, but even out of all,
No, yeah. He's such a
pick
solid
Dorian.
choice. You should.
Yes. Yes.
might upset some people who are very large ACOTAR fans listening, but
No.
that's my hot take.
I'm a
Yeah.
large ACOTAR fan. I'm not a TOG super fan, and I can 100% say that Dorian's the correct choice.
It's a solid choice.
He's so
This
solid.
this might also be a hot take because I know a lot of people do not like the Cassandra Clare like City of Bones books. But my first ever book boyfriend love was Jace.
Oh yeah,
it.
Is it the
it's
whole
just something
gripe
about your
it
first.
Yes.
that they're step siblings?
Yeah, well, they're not really. Spoiler. Sorry. They're not
cut
really
it out.
siblings, but like for a solid like 5 books, they think they are. But they still love each other, and that's really weird. But
It's fine.
I still
mean,
love Jace.
Stepbrother romances are in. Like,
Just did it before it was in, apparently.
listen, okay? Larry Reads will like rant day in and day out about For the Fans by Nyla Kay, and they're technically stepbrothers. Like, that shit's in.
I like.
I was gonna say something about your first, and that like it doesn't matter who else comes in, you're always gonna love that one, and that's what Reese was for me. Actually, 4 from Divergent was that for me.
Yes.
Tobias Deaton? Yes.
Theo James.
Who else do I like? My brain is just like dead right now.
I do like Zayden. Zayden?
Did you guys
Yeah.
read The Last Storm by J.D. Linton?
Yeah, Rogue.
I like Rogue.
I have not. It's on my Kindle, dog.
It's really
like-
good.
I have like 200 books on my Kindle. I need to read it.
I really like it. I don't know. I agree with all the ones you guys said.
I feel like that's such a solid list, Molly. I really do. I wouldn't lie to you. What books are you currently reading, Molly?
Well, I just finished a manuscript that was really good, and Kylie wants to kill me because we were supposed to buddy read it. I did not wait for her. Oops.
The second time in a
kind
row.
of on
Like, third
her.
strike, you're out.
Like
Oops.
that's kind of on her.
Listen, this is the second time we were supposed to buddy read, and both times that I just like blew past her, it's the same exact author.
Same exact one.
Take
And
that.
then Jocelyn continues to do that with B2. Like, apparently I'm just not a good person to buddy read with.
It's no, you are, and you were reading.
I'm
It's
over
just-
here like that tracks.
I got so consumed into this story, and I just want to talk about it, and I can't even talk about it.
Like, it got to the point where she has to send invisible ink messages to the author so
Yeah.
they can talk about it back and forth, and I can't. Like, that's how it is.
That's so
Listen,
funny.
I'm so excited because I pitched a spin-off to her today. I was like, listen, you have this one character in this book, and I know that's not even a book yet, but I was like, I need more of them. Like,
Yeah.
are you thinking about a spin-off? And she's like, well, I wasn't. She was like, but now I'm plotting it.
Yes, heck yeah.
Yes. Give it to
Are
me.
we allowed to talk about the books that we're reading right now that are queried to us, but they're on Kindle Unlimited.
I mean, maybe if you don't say he was queer.
Maybe don't. Maybe we can chat about it in the group chat.
Yeah.
Okay. I've not started any yet. I'm just curious. Like,
I'll
when
tell
we talk
you
about it.
who the author is and what the manuscript is after this. But
Okay.
the other book I'm reading that I can talk about is, I just started today, Heir of the Demon War. I had to look because, like, I did not want to mess up the name. Heir of the Demon War by Sydney Skye. She's another indie author. She asked me to blurb her book. And I was like, that's so cool! So I'm blurbing it, and I'm so excited.
I love that so
That's
much.
awesome.
Yeah, so that's like my goal. I literally put it on Threads. I was like, this is my ultimate author goal, is to be someone's blurb someday. And then she messaged me and was like, will you blurb my book?
Oh my god.
Oh
like,
my
yes!
gosh.
Please let me.
That is so sweet.
I love that.
So
I did that for Sarah M. Credit, and I could have shit myself.
Did you really? That's so cool.
I don't think it's like
That is
on the
so
front of
cool.
the book, but I think it's in like the first couple pages.
Still
I
cool.
love that.
I'm like, me?
Look, Krista and Becca took my review and posted it on their feed, and I was like,
I would have died.
I lose my mind.
Molly, I thought you were reading When the Moon Hatched.
Listen.
that one's really high on my list. Really high. Because I'm getting back
I
into my
really think
fantasy
you'll like
era.
it.
You think I will, knowing what you know
I feel like
now?
I can't. I think you'll like it.
I think you'll like it. Don't annotate it.
I'm halfway through.
I'm not.
It's good. I haven't moved since the last time we spoke on this podcast, so I didn't feel like I could say that because I've made no progress.
Okay.
So am I reading it?
Is it on, you're currently reading on Goodreads?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't touch Goodreads. Goodreads
Okay.
is a very unhealthy place for me.
Fair. So sorry. Okay, fair enough.
I love Goodreads. I love tracking my stuff, but I know myself and I cannot help myself but to go and then
No,
look at the
100%.
reviews of
That's
my
why you
book.
need a spreadsheet.
I'm so toxic. It's so bad.
No, that is completely reasonable thing to want.
It's my toxic trait is that then I can't resist and then I
Okay,
go look.
we'll
and
make a
then I get sad.
spreadsheet.
I will.
You could also do Storygraph too, because I feel like
Yeah,
it's harder to
Storygraph is
stalk
great.
people's reviews if you are
It
on
is.
Storygraph.
Yeah, they don't just like pop up.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions before I go eat my pizza? We're gonna go for
Dog,
2
your
hours.
pizza's been waiting
Okay.
for yeah.
I haven't even made it yet.
We'll wrap. We'll wrap. It's all good. You can leave them. You can leave
can
the
get
people
out.
listening with one last little. What's your favorite part of being in the book community? Rapid fire, really quick. Don't think about it.
Huh, people.
There you go. That's it. People. We love it.
People.
We love all of you people.
All the people. Some of them.
Not the mean people
Not the
in
mean
our
people.
comments.
Not the mean people on my fanfiction videos.
It's
Stay
okay.
off of there. It's a dangerous place to exist.
It's all good.
What's your favorite part? Rapid fire.
My
Yeah. Go.
My favorite part is that
No,
I have
don't
friends
think.
now.
Aw. Kylie, go. No,
my
don't
endless
think.
TBR. My endless TBR.
Nice,
The endless
okay.
Rex I get. That's what I got.
Okay. Cool.
Screaming about books.
Screaming.
All right. Before we go, tell people where they can find you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
Yes. Our guest.
Oh, me?
You can find me on. First of all, I am on Instagram at Allyn Fireheart, Allyn. That's the controversy. Fireheart, like Allyn Fireheart. Anyways, that's my username on Instagram and TikTok. I also have Goodreads. The links are in my bios of Instagram and TikTok. Do the things, whatever. You don't have to follow me, but if you want to, come on. It's super fun and chaotic.
Come on
You
over.
all should.
Yes.
It's a good
Well,
time.
thanks. I appreciate it. And also, if you're an author, an indie author, and you want me to annotate your book for you, I will happily do that in exchange for a signed copy of your book for me to promote on my page. So, I'll
yeah.
annotate the book and then send it back to you, and then I get to have a little copy for myself as a prize. So, anyways, if you want me to do that, absolutely. If you want me to annotate, if you're not an indie author and you want me to do that, let me know. Yeah. It's okay. Sure. Okay.
Anything for you.
Anything, okay. Especially if you're published with Azala Press, definitely let me know.
Because we're the coolest, obviously.
Obviously. I mean,
No doubt about it.
no questions asked.
No question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's everything.
That's a wrap.
Thanks for letting me be on your podcast. This has been so fun. I want to come back. You gotta let me come back if I didn't mess everything up too bad.
You're good. Thank you for being on. And thank you to everyone listening.
Yeah.
We will be back in another 2 weeks with another
All right.
All right.